Hey guys, it is Brido here, and welcome back to our NHL 13 New York Islanders BGM series. It's been a little bit since we've done one of these videos, but don't worry, they're going to continue to keep coming, and I'll have them at a quicker pace than what this was. To be honest, the reason why this one took so long was because of FIFA 13, but also, this episode's a little bit of a downer. We had a really good start to the season, and with that said, I tweaked the difficulty up just a little bit in the last episode. I tweaked it up a little bit more because I want that challenge, because I want this series to be really about the New York Islanders building up to a point where, you know, they're becoming a team that's great, not, you know, having it easy to start off with. I want the challenge to be equal with me. One of the things, though, I realized as I upped the challenge a little bit is that it becomes just a little bit much harder, or a little bit more harder. So I'm still working around with it, just so you guys know, and I'll let you know essentially where I'm at with all that. I think where we're at right now is probably the right spot, minus the face-offs. As someone pointed out in the last video, we lost a lot of face-offs, and that's just generally how it was going for us in this the playing on hardcore and playing on superstar. So with that said, you can see as the start of the game happened here, we got an early goal against us, and another goal goes against us right here. A really nice goal actually by Loktianov, but at the same time, just bad defensive play really breaks down to a goal against us. But it's a goal affair to start off, as Michael Grabner gets a goal for us as well. Michael Grabner's been a great player playing for us thus far this season. I mean, he hasn't got as much goals as Molson, but his plays and his chances have just been insane, the amount he's been able to make. And his speed has really been indicative of what type of play we've been able to play on that type of line that we've had. And here he gets another goal for us, guys. This is a crazy goal. I actually play the replay for you. Rarely do I do that now. But as you can see, he's back skating here, comes around, loses the puck for a second, gets it back, one-hands it into the net, does a little spin and points right at the goaltender. It was a pretty good goal. I really enjoyed that one because, I mean, at the same time, I was seeing it from the other angle, and I thought, what am I doing with Grabner here? He's going to get hit. This is going to be a bad play. But somehow it went in the net, and I was, my brother was watching it be as well, and he's like, what just happened? And I'm like, we got to check out the replay, see what happened here. So it's a 2-2 game, and then Strome gets another goal for us, guys, so we're now up to 3-2. So after going down 2-0 early in this game, we're getting back into this one. It's now a 3-2 game, scoring some quick goals on Quick there to get the game all tied, and then actually take the lead heading into the second period here. So pretty good start to this one. You know, the chances are going a little bit of LA's way. Like I said, you know, with the difficulty upped a little bit, it has become a little bit harder. And yeah, no, we were doing still pretty good though. And there's another really big save by Quick there on Grabner, who was having a great game. Probably should have been a goal, but Quick able to get his blocker right on that one, really stretching out to get to that one there. Now here we give up a penalty to the Kings and Richards. Richards comes in, but Markstrom makes the save. We should have just given them the goal though, because right off the draw, Carter gets a goal for them, and the game is now tied up 3-3. And we speed ahead here to the end of the second period, as nothing really major else happens in the second. So we go into the third. The game is a tied game, guys, and we're feeling it obviously because this team is a really good team. We're facing the Stanley Cup champions in their home rink, so we're hoping that in the third here we can maybe squeeze a goal out of them and get the game and get the win going our way. There we get a nice chance from McDonald, but nothing really comes of it. Here at the 4-minute mark, though, they get a chance. Markstrom with the save. Now a bad giveaway here results in a chance for Penner, and right at the net he scores the goal. The giveaways have really been the ire of our team, especially on the harder difficulties. They really, the computer essentially really capitalizes on those goals, really capitalizes on the turnover chances, as it gives them a chance to come in pretty much unattained, no checking on them, and just have an open shot at the net, which pretty much means goal dust for them every single time. Here though, at 24 seconds left, we pull the goaltender, trying to see if we can get a goal going our way with the goal he pulled, but unfortunately it turns into an empty net goal for Carter there, getting a second of the game. And that pretty much finishes this one up, guys. It was a close game, it was a close affair, but overall we do lose it 5-3, and that's another loss on the season after a great start. We're starting to slip a little bit in our positioning in the league. There's the highlight of the game, obviously, the game-winning goal, the giveaway, and Clifford passes it to Penner, who gets it in the net there. Here's the stats from the game. You can see the shots and the face-offs were pretty much in the favor of the LA Kings. Like I said, I'm probably going to switch the face-offs to be a little bit easier, as essentially, you know, a game wouldn't normally go 4 to 25 on the shots. I just can't, for whatever reason, I can't keep up with the hardcore face-offs, so I'm going to tweak that down a little bit so it's a little bit easier, but I'm going to still keep the difficulty up so that, you know, we're having this challenge. And overall, you know, like I said, pretty good game. Here you can see the summary from our game for Bridgeport in the AHL. But after that, we move on to the next game in this series, and that's against the Anaheim Ducks, as we're on a road swing in California. We got Markstrom back in the net after his loss there. It was a tough game for him, but he's still been doing pretty good to start the season. We want to give him more chances to continue to grow and continue to give him most of the bulk of the workload. 60, 55 games or so is probably what we're going to see him have by the end of the season. There you can see there's still 10 games. Last 10 games we played have been pretty solid. 6-3-1 is pretty good. There's a really good chance for Anaheim, but Markstrom is just able to cover at the last second. And there's another one as well. Plenty of chances for Anaheim at the beginning of the game. And here, Brad Boyes gets a breakaway at the 8-minute mark. He tries to get a shot on net, and he does get it on, but Hiller makes a save there on the break. Now, just ending the first period, pretty much the shots were relatively even, but at the same time, not too many chances going either way, as this was a really stony affair. Not very many chances, lots of hits. Overall, a tight game nonetheless. At the 15-minute mark, they get a chance from the point there. A little bit of a shaky save by Markstrom, but he still makes it. Grabner comes in here from the wing, and a good blocker save by Hiller there, who's a opposite hand goaltender, so you can see that the blocker is on the opposite side there. And that's the end of the second as we move quite fast through this game. Still a 0-0 game, so pretty tight. And yeah, the Anaheim Ducks are bringing a little bit more of the chances heading into the third period, but overall it is a tight game and it could go anybody's way. Tavares with a chance there to save by Hiller again. At the 10-minute mark, our fourth line gets a chance, and Niederreiter is almost there to get the save or the shot there as well, maybe get the rebound goal, but it doesn't work out for him. At the 2-minute mark, guess what happens? We give it up again. We give another turnover, and Teemu Selanne is not going to miss that one. Unfortunately, that is a goal against, and now we're down 1-0. With the dying minutes of the game, we get a power play, though. Try and pass it around, try and get to the net. It's a scramble in front of the net, try and get the shot from Nielsen. It does go, but it's a save by Hiller nonetheless, and that ends the game, guys. We lose another one. A really tight affair in this one, but the one turnover really hurts us in the end as we lose this game 1-0, and that's, again, another loss on the road here as we go on our road swing in California. There's the goal again, Teemu Selanne getting it. A pretty nice goal, but Markstrom, had a great game nonetheless as well. He couldn't do anything on that one, unfortunately, but still, you can see from the shots that, the game was relatively tight, but it was a little bit more in Anaheim's favor. And again, actually, I did all right in the face-offs in this one, but I'm still, like I said, probably going to switch it to be a little bit easier for myself moving forward, so we have more of an even counter on that part. After that game, we move on to San Jose, trying to see if we can get a win out of this road swing. We bring Nabokov in because it's a double game, 2 games in 2 days. We want to give Markstrom the rest, especially after a great performance like that. We don't want to hurt his morale after having a tough one against LA. He bounces back. We're going to give him the rest, see if he can come in the next game and see if he can get a win for us in that one. So we bring Nabokov in. Obviously, another reason we did this as well is because he's playing against his old team, the San Jose Sharks. We want to see if he can do some magic against them because he hasn't a great start to the season. We can hope maybe that he gets inspired by the fact he's playing against the San Jose and see if he can get the win for us here. There's a deflected chance that actually almost goes in, but Nabokov's able to make a good save on that one. There's another chance as well. That ends the first period, as this game is relatively tight as well. Both chances coming from San Jose relatively, but at the same time, pretty close game nonetheless. Here's a good chance for the San Jose Sharks to start, as Havlik gets a nice chance there. Then from the point, Burns takes a shot. It gets deflected into the corner, but Thornton gets the puck back, feeds it up to the point. Stewart takes the shot. It goes off him, and then Pavelski feeds it to Havlik in front with a big save from Nabokov there. So good little sequence of plays, but again, we do it again, and yeah, that's the whole motive of this episode, and one of the reasons, like I said, I wasn't too motivated to put this up right away is we had a really tough succession of games here, especially with those turnovers. It felt like every single one, and I'm not even joking, guys, every single turnover really went against us, and there you can see is the 3rd and 3 that one turnover leads to a goal, another one leads to a goal, and another one leads to a goal as well. So the game is now 1-0 in favor of San Jose in the second period here. We're still not able to get a goal, but Klo for San Jose gets a goal for them. So now they're up to 2-0. And, at this point, we had a pretty good game against LA, but we're actually starting to go into a little bit of a goalless streak here after not getting any goals against Anaheim. We're now into this game, not getting any goals in the second period, and we only got goals in the first period against LA. So it's been about 7 periods now since we scored a goal. So the front lines are feeling a little bit shaky, and we're feeling a little bit dried up in our goal scoring abilities. So hopefully we can get back in this one starting the third period. And there's another chance for Havlik starting the third. Pretty good chance there. A good chance here from Molson, who's kind of dried up, like I said, after being almost a goal a game to start the season. Gets a couple chances there. Okposo back to the chance as well, and then Tavares tries to backhand that in. It doesn't work out, though. pretty much back and forth affair in the third period here. And there's a pretty big hip check there. I usually don't show my hits, but I was frustrated at this point, guys. I was really not happy with the fact that we were losing this game. There was a chance for Strome who couldn't put it away. And now we're down to the 2-minute mark where we have a little bit of bad defense. You know, we give the opportunity to do a cross-crease pass, and that goes in the net as well. So it's a 3-0 game now, and this one pretty much wraps up for San Jose. So they get the win from this one as well. And by this point, we go down to a 6-7-1 record, which is our lowest point of the season after going 0-2 the start. So, I mean, at the same time, we're not, you know, feeling extremely worried at this point because we knew that this was going to be coming. We knew that it was going to be a tough go with the New York Islanders, but still, nonetheless, we had a great start, and it's kind of disheartening that we're down to this point now where the chances are going against us and our opportunities to score have really shrunken up with 2 goalless games to go in succession here. So after our trip to California, we're going to head back home and play the New York Rangers. But before we do that, we've got a game here for the Bridgeport Sound Tigers. As you can see, they're faring a little bit better than what we were doing there. They're getting the shutout in their game against the Connecticut Whale. We're moving on to our game, though. So this is the 4th game in the episode, guys. We're playing New York Rangers. This is a rival game, obviously. New York's actually been doing pretty good on the season, so they've been doing better than us. At this point, you know, we've been doing pretty solid there. You can see Markstrom's numbers are a bit up after his game against Anaheim. But we're bringing him back in for this game because we feel confident he can get the job done for us in this game against the New York Rangers. So we started this one up, and you can see now our record is down to 5-5. So we've kind of got a 500 record showing overall. We've gone down to 6-7-1 after our game against Anaheim, which is not, you know, extremely a pleasing sight to see, to say the least. But as you can see, the period ends relatively with little chances going both ways. New York got the most of the chance, and they had most of the play going their way. But we're still in this one, though, which is a positive thing. As we've been struggling to score goals, it's not surprising that we didn't get a goal in the first period there. Here's a chance for New York where they get a really good chance to score. Markstrom with a pretty big save, though, and a little bit of luck as well as Callahan just hits the side of the net rather than putting that one away. They get another opportunity here, but it's a block shot, and luckily nothing really comes of that one. But unfortunately, off this play, it's a deflected goal in. It looks like if it goes off his skate there, I think it was Callahan at front of the net, but they still count it as a good goal. So that's a little bit of unluckiness after we get kind of lucky on the previous one there on Callahan. So maybe a little bit of a gift for Callahan after missing the open net pretty much. There's Grabner on the break. He tries to get one in there. Nothing really comes of that one, though, as he just hits the blocker of Henrik Lundqvist, who has a pretty good game. He gets not too many chances against it, but we start getting some shots on in the second period, which is at least a positive sign. We're down 1-0, though, going into the third period. Our continued goal streak continues to be 0 for, I don't even know now, like 10 periods or so. So really at this point, we're just not feeling the goals, getting many chances going our way. We keep trying to get the shots up, just hoping one lucky bounce will go our way. You know, usually when you get into a streak like this, you just want to keep having them go at the net. Try and see if you can get one to bounce your way and hope that it goes in. Here we kind of move the puck around. A little bit of a weird play because everything's just kind of bouncing around, but it's still a good save nonetheless by Henrik Lundqvist. Here, though, Tavares at the 10-minute mark gets a shot on net, and we get the goal, guys. That ties the game up, and that breaks our streak. Luckily, it's our captain breaking the mold, and we're finally back into the scoring column after being absent for many, many periods. Here, though, gets a chance for the New York Islanders, but at the 5-minute mark, we're able to feed up to Matt Martin, who takes another wrist shot for the team, and it's another goal just off the bar and down. Nice goal by our fourth liner there, who gets his second goal of the season. He's chipping in and getting us a goal here to put us up for a 2-1 lead late in the parts of this game here. But unfortunately, nonetheless, New York continues to press on. And as you can see right here, they get a little bit of a chance at the 2-minute mark. And Callahan from the point takes the shot. It's open to Richards right in front, and he puts that one away. It's a tied game once again. We aren't able to hold on to the lead, and we're moving now into the points at the end of the period. We get one more chance going against us, but Markstrom makes a nice deflection save to keep this game tied going into the overtime period. At least we're going to get a point out of this one, which is a positive, definitely. And here you can see we start up the period, and we're hoping that we can get the win. At least it'll give us 2 points, which is what we need to kind of turn things around. And here, look who it is. Jamie Oleksiak off the D. The big guy up front just decides to go for a little stroll, and he gets the goal, guys. Second star of the game as well with a +3 rating. There you can see Jakob Markstrom with a big game for us as the shots were severely in the favor of the New York Islanders. But yeah, guys, great game overall. So after New York, we're back on the road, and we're taking on Nashville, who are 12-2-1 to start the season. we're 7-7-1, so we're doing all right, but we still hopefully can get a win away from home at Nashville here. For the purposes of this game, though, we're going to speed this one up, essentially just show the goals, because there's quite a bit to keep this episode below the 20-minute mark. There you can see Jakob Markstrom's stats are pretty solid, obviously, from having a great game against New York. He gets another win as well on top of that. And there's Pekka Rinne, who's just been on fire for the Nashville Predators in the start of this season. So yeah, starting up this game, we're hoping that we can get a good start to this one, but almost immediately right away in the 15-minute mark here, you can see that Nashville gets a kind of a greasy goal there right in front of the net. There's Fisher putting that one away, and not too long afterwards, Kostitsyn turns around and scores another goal for them. So early goals from Nashville to start this one off, and it's a 2-0 lead for them going into the second period. Starting the second up here, we get a little bit of a chance early on to get something to happen. Kyle Okposo takes the shot off the turnover, and we make them pay for the turnover versus us paying for the turnover. That's his third goal of the season. Here a little bit later at the 12-minute mark, Molson comes in from the corner here, cuts in, does a backhand, and gets the goal. So another goal for him. That's 8 goals on the season, and the game's now tied 2-2. A little bit later, still in the second period, Okposo gets another goal for himself. So a quick comeback from us, guys. We're now up to 3-2 in this game. So good turnaround overall. And here we see the last shot of the second period. So after being down 2-0 to start, we're now up to 3-2 heading into the third. But unfortunately for us, Nashville really turns it on in the third period. And only a minute in, here you can see a really weird goal. Markstrom just kind of loses his balance, slides sideways, and it's a completely open net for the Nashville player to put that one away. And then once again, another turnover from us. I think that's the fourth one in this episode that results in a goal. So now they're up 4-3 in this one. And Smith from the point comes in at the 10-minute mark and scores another goal from them. And lastly, to finish it off, put the icing on the cake, David Legwand puts one away into the empty net. So unfortunately, after having a rough start and then a good second period, we give it up again in the third, and we lose this game, finishing this up at 7-8-1. So that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, minus the fact that we lost quite a bit in this one. We're going to come back for another episode in a couple days or so, so stay tuned for that. Also, stay tuned for more GM-connected stuff in the near future as we get to the next advancement period in the next couple days. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.